We are back. Where the lights at in this joint? Where the lights at in this joint? Hold on, can you hear me? Heart rate stream. Oh man, don't even tempt me with that one. Hey, don't tempt me with a good time, right? Don't tempt me with a good time, brother. Chat, what is good? How we doing? How we doing? Let's take that down. How are we? Happy Sunday. Good afternoon, evening. Good, well, you know, that's what happens when you got a few overworked finance bros when they get a little taste of the game, Rich Topic. We just don't know how to control ourselves. Nah, hey, last night was a bunch of freaking fun, chat. W's in the chat for Boogie, for Jack, everybody. And that was a bunch of freaking fun. I had a blast. I had a blast. We were up a little late. But how many more of these we got? You know what I mean? Sooner or later, people about to start having kids, get married. Their wife ain't gonna allow that. So we gonna let this stuff roll while we got it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna let this stuff roll while we got it, chat. How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody had a blessed, beautiful, relaxing, rejuvenating, exciting Sunday. It was a nice chill one out here in this household. It was a good little chill Sunday vibe over here, man. Good little Sunday vibe, chat. But you know, we got work to do. We got work to do, man. We show up, we get things done, because we got work to do. There's a few things. Well, we gotta find some stonks. We gotta find some stonks today. Let's do a quick little roll. Kizzle. Mr. James is here. Sleeping Beauty. He's funny, man. Hey, man, James, while you was out there sleeping, I was out there working out there as friends, man, getting our space coins up. Hey, Raj, how you doing, dog? You must have not got no sleep. Do you play Arc Raiders a lot? All of the intel you were giving us yesterday was spot on, bro. You must be like a cracked player. I already have a feeling you're like a cracked player. And Rich Topic, I hope you had some time to yourself to relax and get some rest today, man. I know you've been out there hustling all week, bro. You've been out there hustling all week. Hope you had a chance to take a break, brother, man. I'm trying to find these undervalued stocks. What's that? I'm trying to figure out what that filter is people be using. I think is it gonna be a good or bad week in the stock market this week? I think it's gonna be like you needed it. Oh, you just woke up. Y'all talking about me sleeping. That boy Rich Topic just woke up. Nah, that's real, bro. That's just a sign that it's about to be a baller week, man. You needed that R&R. You know what I mean, brother, man? You just need a little bit of that R&R, brother, man. Hey, but we ain't gonna do nothing to it. We about to just kick in and just lock in with a little bit of where's our smart money shred lowers? Let's get yeah. We about to get a little smart money shred lower. Get equipped for the markets real quick. We trying to be proactive, not reactive. You know what I'm saying, chat? I'm trying to figure out what's happening out in the markets next week. Where are my sources? Where are my sources at? Let me pull up my sources. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have me an AI dashboard that got all my sources lined up in one. You know? Y'all want to see something funny on Twitter I saw the other day? I'll pull it up. I gotta put Twitter on the side over here real quick. I saw something that was absolutely nuts, chat. Let me see. It was in my bookmarks. I bookmarked the chat. I bookmarked it for the shred lords. Wait, bookmarks? Yes. There we are. This is crazy. This right here was wild. I saw this earlier. And I saw this earlier. And it says, this ex OpenAI researcher, which converted his career into being a hedge fund manager, manages $3 billion in assets under management, went 22% of his portfolio into Bloom Energy. Bloom Energy. They provide like the batteries and the copper and stuff for powering data centers. And then he put 12% of his portfolio into Lumentum, L-I-T-E. Y'all know my favorite is L-I-T-E. Stop playing with me. Anyway, Lumentum is up 459%. Bloom Energy is up 200% in the last 6 months. This is, if you want to talk about risky, hey, this right here, this is a little risky. I try to talk about diversification all the time, but sometimes, like you guys brought up a good point. If we're diversified, we're not gonna be making that much money. You know what I mean? Chat, just keeping it a buck. This is the perfect example of shooters shoot. I don't even know what this guy's name is, but he worked at OpenAI, so we already know he's a genius. Now he's running a $3 billion hedge fund, and this man is concentrated into like 2 positions. Number one, he's got Bloom Energy, ticker BE, and he put 22% of his portfolio on that. And then Lumentum, L-I-T-E, he put 12% of his portfolio on that. Light is up 459%, dog. And Bloom Energy is up 200% just in the last 6 months. That's crazy. Now, would I be this concentrated? Probably not. But shooters freaking shoot. That's just like, this is a prime example of shooters freaking shooting. You know what I'm saying, chat? Shooters freaking shooting. That is crazy work. That's crazy. But then what's funny though, what's super funny though is this person, TMT Longshort. He's like a funny person on Twitter. He was like, the biggest alpha comes from having LPs who aren't wussies and let you run unconstrained. Like, this is the most out-of-pocket tweet you could ever write. Like, if this guy actually manages money for real LPs, like, you can't be writing that. Your LPs gonna see that. They're gonna get pissed. They're gonna start drawing their money down, and then you chalk. Anyway, we got to talk about this. I don't know when this came out, but where is this at? Yeah, we got to read about this. I don't know if you all know about this, but apparently there's like a global intelligence crisis, right? Where's my bookmarks? My bookmarks here. Yeah. This. The global intelligence crisis. And it's just like, I don't even know if we got time to dive into this. I got to figure out the best format for this too. It's a lot of words. I ain't trying to read all this. Can I get AI to read it for me? Isn't there like can we get it to read to us? How about that? It's funny. There's a global intelligence crisis and I'm trying to get AI to read to me. Ain't that something? Okay. How about, like, what if I was disabled and I couldn't read? Open in reading mode. Okay. Open in reading mode. Just copy and paste and put it, into like ChatGPT or something? Where we putting it? Where we put? Ooh, hold on. Here we go.
The 2028 Global Intelligence Crisis.
Hey, y'all ain't talking about copy and paste, man. I got reading mode. What you working with, man? I got reading mode, chat. Hey, chat, I got reading mode. I want to change the voice, though. The voice kind of off. There's this.
Hi. This is a preview.
Hi. This is a preview.
Hi. This is a preview.
I kind of like this one.
Hi. This is a preview.
Hi. This is a preview.
I like this one. Sound like my cousin. Hey, dog, what up, top dog, Shred Lord? How you doing, man? Because y'all had me losing my voice last night screaming on Arc Raiders. I can't be doing all this talking to read. But we're gonna dive into this in a hot second. But first, I just want to see what's happening in the world. I want to get smarter real quick on the world, man. Anybody got some good topics of what's been happening out there in the world? Let me see. Let me turn my little cafecito learning vibes on because I gotta get smarter on the world. I can't enter the week not informed. You know what I'm saying? I just can't enter the week not informed. All right. Okay. Here we go. Iran agreed secret shoulder-fired missile deal with Russia. It's a $500 million contract for man-portable Verba system to rebuild Tehran's air defenses. Satellite images reveal surge in U.S. fighter jets in the Middle East. That's scary work. Hey, pray for peace, y'all. Pray for peace, everybody out there. Mexico hit by a wave of violence after security forces cartel leader. Okay. All right. That's a little intense. America's becoming a petro state? What else? Trump's new flat rate tariff is a boost for China and Brazil. What's a Brazilian ETF? How's the Brazilian stock market doing? EWZ? Let's see. Viva Brazil! Viva Brazil! Brazil and China trade pact. Lula in India. Wait, let me go to Google Finance. What's happening with the Brazil and China trade pact? Act as if you're head of... Oh, Brazil and India? Or Brazil and China? Oh, there's two separate ones. Act as if you're head of macroeconomics. Head of macro at the holdco. At a mega fund private equity firm, and walk me through the summary of the recent news and developments with the following topics, and also
Vital Farms farmers.
I knew it. I missed it. Vital Farms can shut up. Okay. Walk me through the following topics, and also let me know what the implications are for investing in these regions, as well as attractive and now unattractive entry markets or attractive industries. This should be in depth and should be useful for a PM at a hedge fund or a CAO at a private equity firm. Trade pact with Brazil and India. Both of those have like pretty solid middle income economies. You know what I mean, chat? Both of those have like pretty solid middle income economies, right? But let's get knowledgeable, shall we? Let's go. What we got? All right, here we go. Lock in, chat. So, okay. All right, as the macro synthesizes major developments from the February 2026 India-Brazil state visit and the broader India-Mercosur trajectory. I like how AI is thinking. All right, here we go. Macro summary. On the 21st, yesterday, Prime Minister Modi and President Lula finalized a landmark series of agreements in New Delhi that redefined the bilateral corridor. Trade targets. Bilateral trade reached 15 billion in 2025, a 25% year-over-year increase. The new formal target is 20 billion by 2026 and 30 billion by 2030. Marginal increases, that's okay. The Critical Minerals Pact. This is the centerpiece. India has secured a framework for joint exploration and processing of rare earths, lithium, and niobium. Unlike traditional raw commodity deals, this focuses on midstream processing to break China's monopoly. Ooh, okay. So India is trying to de-risk their exposure to China by signing some midstream processing agreements with a country that has crazy reserves like Brazil for rare earths, lithium, and niobium. I don't know which one's the most valuable out of that. Probably lithium, maybe? I don't know. Okay. Mercosur expansion. Negotiations are underway to expand the India-Mercosur Preferential Trade Agreement, PTA, from 450 to 2,000 tariff lines, significantly lowering barriers for Indian manufactured goods and Brazilian agri-products. Okay, essentially, they're trying to showcase that like the menu of tradable options is trying to 4x, essentially, with this new PTA. All right. We're getting smarter, and I like it. All right, here we go. Investment implications by region. So for India, India's infrastructure build-out is driving insatiable demand for steel and energy. The pact guarantees long-term iron ore. Oh, Mercosur is Latin America's NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement. Oh, okay. And is that with everybody or just India? A-dub. Okay, lock in. So India's infrastructure build out is driving insatiable demand for steel and energy. Oh, for the top 6 Latin American economies. Ooh, okay. All right, that's good. Who's the leader of it? Brazil? Brazil? Probably, right? India's infrastructure build out is driving insatiable demand for steel and energy. The pact guarantees long-term iron ore and coking coal security. What's coking coal? Essential for India's 218 million ton steel capacity expansion. So this pact guarantees long-term iron ore and coking coal security for India as they try to build out as much as they can in their infrastructure on the manufacturing capabilities, logistics, distribution. Okay. Okay. All right. And then for Brazil, the upstream provider. Brazil is positioning itself as the green mineral hub for the global south. With 88% of its power matrix already renewable, it is the premier site for low carbon industrial process. Wow, I didn't know that 88% of the power mix in Brazil is already renewable. That's actually pretty impressive. Okay. Now, the China Plus One proxy. This alliance is a direct hedge against China's supply chain dominance. Investors should view this corridor as a high-growth alternative for capital that is rotating out of China due to geopolitical friction. Hold on, what's the Chinese ETF? KWEB or MCHI. How they doing? Yeah, it's been kind of chalked. This is a net negative for China, I think. China's losing their bearings. But for some reason, they're never really out of the game. They're so huge. They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way. And I don't think that India wants to piss off China that much. I just don't think it makes sense. I honestly don't think it makes sense for them to try to piss off China that much, y'all. But let's keep on learning. Okay, so with this, I wanted to figure out like what is like the most attractive in markets given what's happening here. So, defense and aerospace. Adani Embraer partnership is a 2026 standout focusing on assembly regional jets in India. Naval maintenance for Scorpene submarines is also a high margin entry point. Ooh, this is good goop. Hold on. Good goop right here. Companies providing what they got. Come on. Publicly traded. Ooh, here we go. A premier Indian defense shipyard, heavily involved in the construction, crucial, and long-term maintenance of India's Navy's Scorpene submarines. Found something. Chad, I found something. Let's see how good it's done. Yeah. Could be an attractive entry point. EMBJ? What's EMBJ? Oh, Embraer? This is the airplane company? The one that James said is like the size of the... he said it's like the size of the pen department at Boeing. They're Brazilian based. I forgot. Ooh, that might be good goop. We got a macro level. It's a beautiful stock. It's such a beautiful stock, though. But then it kind of also introduces that a lot of things could go wrong with this business now. You know? Like, it's now introduced like a pretty significant like execution risk now that there's a lot of these things going on with India. Okay. So the Adani Embraer partnership is a 2026 standout. Nice. The Southern Axis and the dawn of a technologically sovereign global South. Yeah. The AI. Hold on. What's the AI impact? What they talking about? Ensuring AI expands opportunities for marginalized populations in the South planet. Okay, we won't care about that. What is happening? The economic implications. All right, this is just they're not talking about nothing substantial. Renewables and rare earth, high conviction in lithium, niobium processing. JVs between Indian tech firms and Brazilian miners are now de-risked by Southern MOUs. Pharmaceuticals. Brazil's public health system is opening wider to Indian generics to curb costs. Easing of business visas for Indian professionals supports this. Agribusiness. ITUB. What does ITUB do? Brazilian views India as a dream market for meat and grains, provided India's lower tariffs. So India agri-tech firms helping Brazil optimize yields are in a sweet spot. I'd rather look at honestly, I like Israel's agri-tech firms. I don't know if you guys know about Israel's agri-tech firms, but like Israel has like some of the best agri-tech businesses that are able to improve yields, improve operating performance for farmers. They've crushed it with that. I just don't know if India is like as advanced as other markets like that. Unattractive standalone steel smelters. Smelters without direct equity in Brazilian mining or long-term supply contracts will face margin compression as raw material mineral nationalism increases. And as the Mercosur PT expands, India manufacturers of low complexity goods may face stiff competition from specialized Brazilian industrial inputs. And then traditional fossil fuel infrastructure. Both nations are pivoting heavily towards renewables. Long duration capital and pure play digital oil and gas infra may face stranded asset risk. I mean, it makes sense, you know? But nothing here screams like a net new thesis that isn't already underwritten. It's kind of just like confirmation that like BAU, business as usual. This all seems business as usual. So a lot of these macro tailwinds, I assume, are already priced into these equities. Where is there a around the corner development thesis that isn't truly priced in yet from the market? You know, we got to AI to we got to train our AI to dig a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? De-dollarize settlement mechanism. The most significant non-BAU development is President Lula's February 26 call to bypass the US dollar for bilateral trade. While a BRICS currency remains a distant myth, a bilateral Indian currency to Brazilian currency direct settlement is imminent. This disproportionately benefits India's mid-cap exporters and Brazilians' agribusiness by eliminating 2 to 4% drag from double currency conversion. Markets are currently valuing these firms based on historical net margins, and they aren't accounting for the structural margin expansion. Okay, that's cool, but that's not a needle moving thing, you know? Once the prompts are in the AI, they remember what you want. For me, it be forgetting sometimes. It does it for you. It remembers your stuff. Like sometimes I have to remind it to just like go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. You know, like if I were to go to a blank, if I were to go to like a blank search instead of like give me an earnings recap, it won't put it in the format that I like historically. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's, and I have like the pro version. So I think my AI just might be chalk. Ooh, wait, how do I do that? How y'all do that? Well, yeah, it has this thread history. So it still remembers me. But I think I create net new threads. Like if I go to net new threads, what's Kimi? K-I-M-I. There's a new AI tool? What the heck is K-I-M-I? What the heck is that? All right. So, what's the net new thesis here? Rare earths, from raw to processed. While everyone knows Brazil has rare earths, critical minerals pact specifically pivots towards joint processing. The market is pricing Brazil as a raw material supplier. The new pact aims to build a processed midstream in India using Brazilian feedstock. Look for Indian specialty chemical firms. Ooh. And Brazilian miners. Ooh. Forming joint ventures. Yeah, this good goop right here. What y'all know about this? Now we're talking. Specialty Indian chemicals. They've been getting kind of hit too the last 6 months. Low-key could be an attractive entry point. But I'm not the biggest fan of like specialty chemical businesses because they're literally so diversified. They got so many things, so many end markets that it's just like, it's virtually impossible. Dang, the last 6 months is up 64%. All right, the market knew this was coming then. Dang it. Mr. Market. It's so hard to try to like, beat the market and get ahead of like momentum. from like investors already. But over the 5-year horizon, I think it's still an attractive. Like, look at this 5-year chart. It's done nothing. And it's weird that it's in like the metals and mining space, and all types of like commodities and metals and stuff have absolutely ripped. You know what I mean? It's just like so odd. I don't get it, chat. Do you? I really don't get it. All right. But I think it's worth adding to our watch list, though. I think it's certainly worth adding to the watch list. Here we all goes. Gotta populate that stuff. 222. This is the Brazilian Metals and Mining Firm. Potential. Processing. Dale. I think that's at least worth adding there. Just because of like how the room to run in the long-term narrative of the business. You know? Like in its prime, call it post-recession. It was at like $32 a share. Okay. The Scorpene Naval Maintenance Hub. We already looked at Mazagon docks, right? Did we? Yeah, we already looked at Mazagon. Quietly tucked in the recent MOUs is the deal between Mazagon dock and the Brazilian Navy for maintaining Scorpene-class submarines. And there's a bunch of private businesses that can fit within this thesis as well. Not just this public business. So this isn't just a service contract. It positions India as the South-South naval hub. Brazil's fleet is aging, and the traditional French EU maintenance is becoming prohibitively expensive. So if Mazagon Dock successfully services the Brazilian fleet, it opens the door to the entire Latin American and African defense markets. And this service export revenue stream has much higher multiples than one-off manufacturing. Okay, but in order for us to do that, we need to figure out what is the revenue mix between new builds and maintenance revenue. Because this, I'd rather buy a, look at this, we're on an Indian shipbuilding website. We're so deep in the mix, chat. We're so freaking deep in the mix. Anyway. Like, I'd rather find something that has a predominantly majority, like, I'd rather have something that's majority submarine maintenance instead of new build revenue. Hey, Sheldon Fields, welcome to the fam. How you doing, Top Dog Shred Lord? Happy Sunday. And thank you for subbing to YouTube. I keep forgetting this animation be spooking me sometimes. It just comes out of nowhere, y'all. Anyway. It's crazy this business builds ships like this. That's crazy how, like, it's so capital intensive. Let's look at the CapEx for this. Their CapEx is probably nuts. These things are huge. Okay, can someone please give me their P&L? Okay, I really just need the financial statements, bro. P&L. What's the Indian currency? Cores? I think it's cores. They don't break out their here, let's go look this up. Let's check that out. Let's see what Google got. Chat, there it is. We thought it was an interesting thesis because we thought they were going to do some of the maintenance and repair revenue on the what is that thing called? The Scorpene docks, or Scorpene thing. But it ain't gonna move the needle because the business is still gonna be priced at a new build one. 98% of the revenue is new construction. Darn it! We keep looking. We will find something. Okay. Maybe there's Brazilian ones that are smaller we can look at. I think they largely do things like that with private companies, though. I don't think they really go with public companies for that. You know what I mean? Because it's usually contracted to local small private ones that have quick port access, and I think it's cheaper for them to go at that route than going with a national provider that has all the different things. I think they just have like one set standards for their maintenance for their ships and submarines, and they just enlist a lot of these private companies to do it. So for my Boeing business boys and girls, that's still a pretty cool thesis. But let's keep looking. Bio-agri technology transfer. So many alliances. Global Biofuel Alliance. Brazil is teaching India how to turn agricultural waste into ethanol. This solves India. I don't like that. That's I saw a bunch of growth equity businesses trying to do this, and it's they all suck. They all suck. Anyway. These aren't good enough. I need more in-depth. I need more in-depth niche business models that are ripe to position, ripe to benefit from these tailwinds. Ideally, small caps that have direct exposure to the key business models impacted by this trade agreement. Reagan, how you doing, top dog? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thoughts on investing in a bank stock? It depends. It depends where that bank stock is, and it depends on some key stats on that bank stock, like deposits growth, return on equity, allowance for doubtful accounts, things like that, right? If you're buying a bank, you're buying business's ability to, like those kind of Citibank, Goldman Sachs, TD, and RBC. I'd honestly pass. Aren't those the same firms you're recruiting with? Didn't you say that yesterday? That you're looking at like Citi or TB or something like that? I'm not the most excited about. Yeah, I knew it was something. Yeah, I'm not the most excited about them, honestly. Like the financial services trade is very much tied to the political administration, the interest rate environment, and it's very, very difficult to like draw conviction on the underlying unit economics of like what's happening with depositors and your underlying lending environment on like what your borrow base is, right? So it's really hard to underwrite that stuff. And plus these firms are so diversified and so huge that like Goldman isn't really like a bank stock. Goldman's more of like a trading shop. So like most of their revenue I think comes from like trading fees, M&A transaction fees, little things like that, right? Versus Citi, they are also globally diversified, but I think a bulk of their business is actually on the customer deposit side. Same with TD and little things like that, right? So I think it's very difficult to bucket them all. I've deprioritized financial services. I don't think it has enough of a fire thesis, at least for Me, I think it's a lot of opportunity cost of dollars if you put it into financial services. You know what I'm saying? So like there's so many more exciting themes to invest in. Like further in AI choke points, deeper in the value chain of utility services, data centers. I don't know. Like when I look at our watch list, I don't even think we have anything financial services on our watch list. Do we, chat? It's a lot of tech and AI, unfortunately. Given where the market is, we got some space ones, semiconductor stuff, waste management. That's good. I think that's good. That's not really going anywhere. I think that's a good cockroach business, actually. Do you know what a cockroach business is, Reagan? It's like our theory of like businesses that are hard to kill and that are kind of semi-recession resilient and that'll be around for a very long time. You know? My favorite, Momentum. We got gold here, but this is on the royalty and streaming. Yeah. I like it for, yeah, exactly. Let's look at waste management stock. Did we put EMBJ on here? We need to put EMBJ on the watch list. We didn't even add EMBJ. Let's add EMBJ. EMBJ, and they are... You know, we're gonna clean all these up right now. That's Cassie's General Store. Who told us to add Cassie's? Monster Energy Drink. CN. They're the photonics and optics, right? Yeah. Optical network ciphering and software company. How would you even define Grab? They're not, because they're not only just food delivery. They're yeah, super app. That's a great way to describe it. Super app. Guys, I have to plan a post deal closing trip. Where do you think I should go? I was gonna go to Japan, but oh, you recommended Cassie? I was about to say, like, this is so random. I don't even think we. I know you recommended it. Did we do a deep dive on it? Did we? I don't even think we did a deep dive on it. Wow. What do they even do? Cassie General Stores. Oh, truck stops. This is crazy. Let's see. Oh wait, investor deck. Yeah, I need this. $21 billion enterprise value. 2,900 stores in 19 states, middle of America. So middle of America transportation routes. Third largest convenience store in the United States. Fourth in liquor licenses. Fifth largest pizza chain in the United States. And they employ 50,000 people. Unique footprint. 2/3 of stores in towns of 20,000 people or fewer. So that allows for them to have a strong position in less expensive areas to build, buy, and out. That's a huge thesis. That's a huge thesis right here. Ooh, Edgar, you think liquor going down? That's true, but I don't know how much of liquor is the revenue though. I think honestly it's the convenience stores. Like, you know why people buy gas stations? It's not actually for gas. It's for snacks. Snack revenue. So this could be one of those places where like folks are making a lot of their money in the snack and pizza. You'd be surprised. That stuff adds up. low margin snacks and products. They got a rewards program. Products inside the stores from 3 owned distribution center. 60% of fuel delivered from their own tanker fleet. ADUP, how'd you find this? What the heck? This is kind of cool. The convenience industry is fragmented but consolidating. U.S. convenience store count. 70% of Cassie's inside transactions do not include fuel. Cassie's private label as a value alternative for guests. Over 75% of stores have been built, acquired, replaced, or remodeled since 2010. So there's not a significant CapEx cycle. So no real significant drag on free cash flow. They have a higher active rewards program. Tobacco mix reduction. I like this. You should pitch this for the... Okay, ADUP, what are we doing with our thing again? You have actually, Edgar? Where? Like what in the US? Or like what states do you think have like attractive gas stations? In ADUP, I like your strategy of having like different buckets. You know? I like your strategy of having different buckets for chat capital. Like chat capital value, chat capital I don't know which one to call it. Short term? Whatever James is the mentor of. James, what do you want to call your thing? Whatever you want to call it, man. Whatever you want to call it. But you would pitch this for the chat capital. You can't... What was I going to say? Boogie just texted me and said, I saw the stream and you can't even shoot straight. That boy's a jerk. This is going to check up the value bucket. But also, like, what? Explain more about your idea for that. Hey, the water is clean and cold. Is this a good time to go heavy into Bitcoin? Honestly, I don't recommend it. I'm not the biggest fan of Bitcoin. Everybody in my chat knows that. I don't own it. I don't like it. It's extremely speculative, and it's hard to be intellectually honest around your conviction on it. You buying Bitcoin is essentially just hoping that someone else is going to pay a higher price for you. And that kind of narrative usually fails in the long term. I have a lot of friends that made a lot of money in Bitcoin. I have a lot of friends that lost a lot of money in Bitcoin. So it's really difficult to say. I've opted out of that ball game, and I stick to like value-oriented businesses like this, where it's just like, I very much know what's going on. They do trucker stops, and they sell pizza, Monster energy drinks, donuts. You know what I mean? Like, very much little simple things like that. So I understand these kind of businesses. I don't really understand Bitcoin. And it's such an easy thing for me to understand, but and it's just hard for me to like wrap my head around it. So sorry to disappoint you, bro. But I think I always try to recommend people to be very diligent in where they place their dollar, right? So even if something is exciting and there's a lot of momentum and it's down a lot, there's usually a reason why things are falling off and people are selling. And there's now a lot of smart dollars in the crypto space, like institutional funds. And if they're drawing down and pulling money out, it's like there's probably some reason why, right? But the intellectual conversation around Bitcoin is like, you got to truly believe the narrative around if this can be the future of finance for economies globally. And with this kind of volatility, I would not want my future of finance being in this. That's my perspective, you know? But if you are looking to get into something, index funds are great. But if you're looking to buy individual names, every Friday we pitch for Chat Capital. Here's our watch list, and here's the pitches that we've done so far. And we got a bunch of shredlers in here that are pitching some crazy names, and they're going hard. They're going hard. So, like A-Dub, he pitched. I don't know if he pitched this yet, but you should. This is an attractive value bucket. And on that, A-Dub, I agree. We have so many different investors in the chat. And I think that like we should definitely like next Friday do a poll to see like what people would be most interested in, as well as kind of have like dedicated segments where like people teach us things, like where they hop on the Discord and teach us things. My only thing though that we need to spend a little bit of time on is the we got to have a conversation around like the concentration. It doesn't make the most sense for us to pitch every Friday and add everything that we pitched on Fridays. I think we either need to drop the cadence of what we pitch or have kind of like a March Madness style of approach to where pitches have to go through multiple weeks of diligence and conviction and patience to like hit the final round or something, to where it's like, all right, this Friday, round one, we have Cassie versus Embraer, and whichever one passes, it goes on to the next round. But there's also the incremental questions that were raised during chat that we need to like dive into. Like I want to treat it more like a true investment committee, and like a true investment committee is like when I was at KKR and Blackstone, we went to investment committee like 5 or 6 times before we actually invested into a business. So, and each time people brought up incrementally more needle moving questions and topics that allow for us to just like dive deeper into our diligence and protect our downside or find a better price entry point. So I think that could be a more attractive way to do it. And that's what I was doing on last night before I did a 12-hour ARC rated stream. So I don't know if people would be enthusiastic about that, but I think that's like a more intellectually honest way. And it's more gamified, it's more exciting, and it can kind of feel like March Madness of stocks. And it can be really cool. It can be really cool. And it just helps makes for a cooler edit for my editors to put together like a March Madness style chart. Do you guys like that idea? Answer that in the comments. Let me know. Do you like that idea? Yes or no? It could also be stupid. If you think it's stupid, say bad idea, but it won't hurt my feelings. But if you like it, say good idea. Cool Webby, what up, dude? Palm Beach Prince, how you doing? Top dog shred door. Oh, no liquor revenue? Let's see. Wow, wait, look at this. Incredibly diverse management team, too. That's good. All right, it's probably in there 10K, but I didn't look at it, but I trust your judgment. Edgar, I haven't pulled the trigger yet. If it is truly just a truck stop, long-term vision of automated and full self-driving trucks would eventually kill this. That's a good point. That's a really good point, A-Dub. So like Edgar, this is a great example. Like if we were to pitch this in like round one, that's a really good question that we need to dive into. Like Edgar would be like, all right, what about the existential risk of like EV and self-driving trucks that don't need to stop and buy snacks and all that? Like that's something that we actually need to seriously consider. And then the next week, like whoever's on that pitch team or deal team needs to like do the work and the diligence to figure out, all right, what tangibly is the likelihood in our investment horizon for EV rollouts, non-manned vehicles, and the lack of a need for these truck stops, and what would that tangibly do to like the top line performance in their particular states or regions? And the work out of that could be like, all right, turns out EV, fully autonomous self-driving trucks are only happening on the East Corridor, going from New York to Florida, or the West Corridor going from Seattle to California. It actually isn't lined up in the next 10 years to go through the Middle of America corridor. And it turns out that Cassie's entire logistics network is 100% focused, or not logistics network, their truck stop network is only in the middle of America. So they're protected for like 5 to 10 years. Things like that, right? So it's like we have time in our thesis before it actually becomes like an existential risk. That's hypothetically, I just made that up. But that's like the kind of thesis in question and answering that we should like try to think about. Oh, you said that could be fun? That's a good idea? Nice. Okay. I like that. I like that. What's good, Cool Webby? We're just out here making smart money moves. Am I making smart sleep moves? No. I stayed up all night playing Arc Raiders with Boogie, who's our top dono. Well, it was fun last night, actually. I don't know who was watching it, but like, we played Arc Raiders for 12 hours with people from the chat. So I don't know if you guys know Jack on SoundCloud. He's our deep value, book value investor guy. You know, he's also a shredder at Arc Raiders, so he hopped on the stream. And Boogie, we all know Boogie. That boy just blows a bag on chat capital. So he was also playing with us last night, and we played literally till 7 a.m. And then we had Hunter, another young bull in the chat, join us after Jack went to bed. So it was cool just to connect with the community and people, just to shred some Arc Raiders. But I don't think we're gonna be doing another 12-hour one in a minute, y'all. So Reagan, you think server's gonna hit 300? Wait, you're the one that has your uncle that works in the space, right? There are better plays for liquor exposure. Cassie doesn't rely much on liquor revenue. Good point on the EV trucks. We should look into it. Yeah. I don't I'm not the biggest fan of like liquor because I don't want to as the PM of chat capital, I would just recommend that we just stick to good quality businesses. I don't want to prey on that mega trend, you know. And it's kind of a bad PR risk, you know, if we get really big and they're like, OMG, finance streamer Kenny Finance and Chat Capital have put $10 million into a liquor business that's preying on the increased consumption of alcoholic beverages or something like that. I don't know. So there's better money moves to be made. Like there's less political headache with memory chips in AI. Dude, isn't it nuts, Rich Topping? Like I think you're probably one of the first folks in the first week of streams, and we had what, $10, $100 or something like that. Now we're at $1,600, and we're only 50 days in. I'm telling you guys, I really wanna have this thing reach $1 million of AUM, and just like literally show you guys, because here's the thesis, right? I'm trying to wage war against the dumb money moves. That's the whole point of me existing on the internet, right? So that my family, my kids, my grandkids can have a clear, documented online testimony of what smart money moves are. So that if anybody ever comes to me and they're like, what do you think of this stock? I can literally point them to, go to this Friday on stream and see all the work we did just to get through round 1 of a pitch competition. So until you do work like that, I wouldn't buy a stock. You know what I mean? Or if it's kind of like, if you're actually going to try to do a day trade, how about you tap into this stream where we had one of the most successful traders and quantitative analysts put together quality work to build conviction on a name. You should probably look at that, you know? Or I can literally say, I think you should probably buy index funds because we tried to grow Chat Capital from $1,000 to $1 million by single-handedly picking stocks, and we didn't even beat an index fund. That's my theory. I think we're going to lose against an index fund. So, and I'm fine with that. It proves the point that people should just buy index funds. But like that is, I want to have like a documented testimony of like, look, there's levels to like how you can be diligent with your time into a concept, idea, business, or name. you know? So I think we're gonna see it, bro. I think we're gonna see it hit like from 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000 to a million. I can honestly see that. I can honestly see it happening, bro. The only key is like we gotta figure out like what platform to use for this, because I think we may get too big eventually for like these small fintech apps. So I already told my I gotta figure out structuring and all that stuff too. I gotta figure out all that. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But this is a sick company, AW. I would just start thinking about a thesis. You need to submit it now. I'm also gonna do some work this week to update the pitch form to just be more institutional for like which round it is. And I'll present something on stream this week that can present what it could look like for like a March Madness style game for a thesis. And I also want to put folks into like have folks be like assigned to a name to do like some work and to think about some stuff. I think that'd be like really cool to just like have people like be on teams where it's like this team has to pitch against this team and you guys got to think about like a thesis for the week, and like it's like a March Madness style. You got to go round around and all that stuff. It could be really freaking cool. And like some of the senior people can like help mentor the younger people to know what to look for and little things like that. Oh my freaking goodness.
My last bit of my McDonald's paycheck being put to good use.
Reagan, you literal shred lord. You didn't have to do that, bro, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. What was that? $10 Canadian dollars? What's $10 Canadian dollars US? 10 CAD to USD. That's $7. Hey, that's lit. All right. All because you did that and it was your actual paycheck, I'm going to double it. And I'm just going to put it. I'm going to double it. So you put 10, I'm going to put 20. So we're going to add 30. So thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you, man. You didn't have to do that, bro. But I appreciate your generosity and your support for our thesis of what we're trying to do. I think it's really cool. We're early days in this, guys, but more importantly, it's gonna be hyper education for folks. And it's cool that like, I honestly say this every stream, but I think we have the most impressive audience and community. It's all good. You're still a freaking beast. W big dog. W freaking Reagan. But I say this all the time. Like we have the most impressive audience of like the finance community. Like people that are in here intellectually curious about businesses investing. Like I don't know if you guys, this is like our public market stream, and you can tell by the title if it's a public market stream or a private market stream. But if you guys are ever on like our private market streams where we're looking at like sourcing businesses and stuff, you got like private equity investors in here, you got business owners, you got freaking hedge, you got all kind of folks that are running businesses, trying to buy them. And that's a crazy exposure to learn from too. And then on the public market stuff, we got all these quants, traders, hedge fund investors, all this stuff, all these ideas. And it's all around a collective idea or collective theme of how can we like invest smarter, better, and more educational for the audience. You know, it's super sick. So we making smart money moves for the team, y'all. We making smart money moves for the team. And I love it. I love it. Let's keep cooking, chat. Let's keep cooking, chat. Anyway, I always recommend for anyone that has like an idea, it takes 2 seconds, but it's worth the read. Just type in the stock, CASY, and then investor presentation. It's so good. It's such a good read to just click that. And usually it's on their first page of like their presentations, but you get a piece of material like this, and us just reading this helps us understand more about the business than 90% of the traders that own this stock. Like it's so good. Like reading this helps you give so much more conviction or less conviction on a name. And it's such a good, healthy read. And it really challenges you guys to think like real investors, y'all. So I'm not joking when I say we're running this thing like an actual hedge fund. Educational one, according to the legal docs. All right, but I don't know where I was going with that. But next week, we're going to have some really cool, exciting things around like the evolution of the chat capital strategy. But I said all that to reply to Rich Topic and be like, we're just getting started, brother man. Wait until we freaking let this stuff hit the moon, you know? And wait until our returns start compounding. Like, what if we 10x our money on an investment? That's 1,600. It's going to 16,000. And then we just keep doing it year after year, right? And look, you got a name in the portfolio now, twin. You got Quanta Services, cut. Hey, you got intellectual commitment to the fund now, Rich Top. So you got to lock in, Shred Lord. I was gonna say also ADub. I think BWXT or something has earnings tomorrow. BWXT. I don't know if you have the prompt. Do you have the prompt for earnings recaps? Or BWXT? It was something. Wait, earnings calendar. So I was looking up earnings tomorrow. It might have been a totally different one. I might be completely wrong. Yeah, BWXT. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. BWXT. Hey, Sakib, how you doing, champ? Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Sakib Noor. Welcome to the fam. Hope you're doing incredibly well, my friend. And thank you for subscribing and appreciate your support. Top dog, Shred Lord. All right, so this business does the naval reactor manufacturing. That was pitched into the chat capital portfolio. We decided to buy it, so we have a little bit of exposure into this name. And they have earnings tomorrow. So we're not gonna like listen to earnings for this one. But if AW, you want to put together like something in the Discord and just like a quick little summary, like you did last time, but like, oh, let's do it in the format that I did. So if you need me to put my prompt in there, I got you. And then choose Google Finance just to pinpoint like what the key needle moving things are and what were the key topics and questions from the Q&A. That'll just help us get super knowledgeable on it. Oh, awesome. And you know, like, I know you're busy, bro, but you don't have to like listen to it. Even if you want to do it afterwards, if you want to listen to it, you're doing what hedge fund people do. And it's a good experience, great learning experience. But if you don't have the time, you can just like download the transcript from Google Finance afterwards and then have Google Finance piece together our little earnings recap memo. And we can put that into the Discord for folks to be hip and be smarter on. But guys, like for the public market people that want to be smart on it, this is how public markets work. Like you're usually assigned a sector. You like know everything about all the names on that sector. You're listening to all the earnings calls across all those businesses. You're piecing together patterns operationally, industry-wise. And when it's like you have high conviction on a name, you're like on that earnings call and you're like updating your models post earnings call, little things like that, you know? Rich Topic says, yes, sir. I'd be thinking about the endless possibilities. I was like, damn, bro. If you have 50K a year, you can be a multimillionaire in under 10 years with the right due diligence, and you're here for the long game. Dude, absolutely. Absolutely. I think I showed you. Did we do the Cool Webby math? Like even just going, we did Project Cool Web, or not Project Cool Webby. Was it Project Cool Webby? Who was it? No, Project Dat Bull. Cool Webby, you got a kid? I forgot what it was, but let me see if I have it on here. Yeah, it was like the returns calculator, right? Around like, look, if you start with just like $50,000 and you put $50,000 a year into it, how it just like compounds. It's just insane. It's insane, bro. I mean, a multimillionaire there, 20 years in the game, 30 years in the game, 50 years in the game. And like most of you guys are young, so you got a lot of time to just let stuff compound. And that's if you do 15% returns. If you're like some of these top hedge funds doing 20% plus returns, dude, you're crushing it. You're crushing it. You know what I mean? So it just takes time, chat. Discipline and time. Okay, that's PWXT. Embraer. Embraer is a good name. We're actually gonna talk about this tomorrow. The global intelligence crisis. It's kind of spooky, right? But essentially, they're just talking about how people are getting dumber because of the prevalence of artificial intelligence. What if our AI bullishness continues to be right? And what if it's actually bearish? The consequences of abundant intelligence. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Let's read that tomorrow together, guys. I also want to get like some organized thoughts on it and like message one of my friends that reposted this. He's like a macro guy, so I'm gonna ask him about that. Boris, how you doing, top dog? Good to see your name. How you doing? Just invest 70% in ETFs and 30% in individual stocks. Then 70% will outgrow the losses and 30% while you can get the upside. Yeah, that's facts. That's a good idea. That's low-key a good idea. Jack is back. What up, dude? That's a really good idea, Boris. You're good? That's good, man. I'm good too. I just stayed up late last night playing some video games with the chat. Jack, last night was epic on Arc Raiders, bro. You are such a legend at that game. And I apologize for how bad Boogie was, bro. Boogie was so bad at the game. JK, he's good too. I'm the one that's really bad. I provide the vibes and the entertainment, as you can tell. But I'm slowly trying to get my game sense up, y'all. I took like a 5-year hiatus from playing games. I'm slowly getting it back. Jack is cracked at Arc Raiders, y'all. He's so cracked at the game. And I'm gonna start running some solos during the daytime and stuff just to get better, bro. Just to get better. Cause I felt bad. I can't be, bro. I was like, we out here going into these raids. I'm having Jack lose all his goop, you know, all this stuff. I can't be having Jack lose all this stuff. Mess around with a guppy like me, bro. Nah, it was good times. It was a good times. I'm gonna try to get like I'm gonna call it maybe like a fun channel on the Discord or something, like fun or gaming, just to like for folks that are like chilling, relaxing. Anybody that want to hop on the Discord or just like shred some games or like y'all playing other games and stuff, just to connect with each other outside of just like the stocks and the businesses, just to have people kick it. I know we toss it all into the general chat, but I'm gonna try to organize that just to have a blast. Boris, oh, you love Comcast, don't you? You and Darkest Sunray. Yes, I've been keeping track on I think it's on our watch list, isn't it? You ain't gonna let me live that, ain't you? Boris, you ain't gonna let me forget about that one. Wait, Boris, did you pitch it? Actually, you should pitch it, because I think I'm the only one that's wrong on Comcast. I think I might be the only one that's wrong on Comcast. So, wait, did we add it to the watch list? CMCA? Right? Or wait, what's their sticker? Oh, CMCSA. CMCSA. Comcast, Xfinity, Internet, Data, and Media. You said it's up 10% since you talked about it? Dang. Granted, a lot of stuff in the market has been up 10%. When'd you pitch it? When'd you tell me about it? You told me about it when? You told me about it like early December, right? Yeah. Like around here. Or not December, January. Like mid-January. It's up 12% since then. Compare that to what I've been focused on. What you talking about? Over a month. So Boris, while you out here trying to figure out why your Comcast not working, I was focused on optical in data center interconnects with Lumentum. JK, this is my only bragging right. So, I've lost some money in the markets too, but this is it's a good blue chip name. It's a good blue chip name. But bro, the data business, yeah, Hey, I told y'all, I'm just a shred lord. I'm just a shred lord. Relax. But I will say though, Boris, it's like my only beef, which might be overblown because it's kind of like actually a good buying spot when you have that, is like the fact that their core business, their internet business, was losing money, right? Wasn't it? Didn't I say that? I think like their Xfinity broadcast or broadband business, whatever that is, like it was like barely profitable, had like low margins. And then their media business was trying to compete with Netflix. That's tough. I ain't betting on that horse, you know? Oh, they're heavy in debt? Ooh, I didn't even know about that. I think few people believe in Comcast, which makes it undervalued. That could be also a good point, though. Boris, you could also be on a good point. Like, it could actually be that, like, it's in an inflection point, right? Like, they're just, like, working on things that isn't public financially pressed yet, you know? To where, like, they're working on the catalog. They're working on M&A. They're working on improving the profitability. And what's crazy is the second that they actually improve profitability and a turning point on, like, their broadband business, or, like, they start to release a catalog that gets better views than Netflix and other things like that, or they start to use some of their free cash flow, which they are free cash flow generative, I think, to pay down some of that debt, that's when you actually get a flip in, like, the story of a stock. And it can get like pretty compelling. So you could be 100% right. And we could be sitting here at chalk, and it could then go on a run like Netflix used to do, you know? Reagan says, when silver and gold reaches a certain price, plan to sell all of it for land. Where's the most attractive land though? Y'all want to see where I want to buy some land? Michigan. Up north, Michigan. Land for sale. Like, you can get some good stuff, because I think like with the data center build out and stuff like that, I think you can get a lot of land in Michigan for a pretty good. Look at this, 30 acres for $62,000. Wait, chat, wait, that's actually kind of cool. I could live here and get me a what's that thing called? Starlink, whatever this thing's called. Elon's company, satellite company, Starlink. Clean this pond up, turn that shed into my streaming room, fix this up. Oh, they already got solar. Got the road right there. But this is definitely fresh off of a scary movie. Why are they showing pictures of bugs? Wait, you might be onto something, Reagan, with this whole buying land thing. I'm gonna send this to my cousin, AJ. You know who's been obsessed with land recently? AJ. If you guys seen some of my videos, you know AJ is obsessed with AJ is making crazy smart money moves. That's my cousin that was like swimming in credit card debt, living with his parents, and then bossed up and ended up getting out of debt, buying his own house, maxing out his retirement savings, all because I started a YouTube channel. But he was the reason why I wanted to start YouTube, to help him. He went crazy. He went crazy. Where do y'all think is the best place to buy land? Oh, Toronto land is cooked? Ooh, wait, Boris and Jack got a good little debate going on. I'm gonna let them beef it out, because they both freaking smart as heck. We're gonna see. See? Wait, guys, this is a great example. If Boris were to pitch Comcast, and it was like a round one pitch, we are able to give all of our thoughts and questions around where we need to spend more time. And then it goes to round two, and Boris comes back and he's like, look, the debt is actually like crazy non-recourse debt, super cheap, boom, boom, boom. And then it goes to round three, and then it just like it just passes and passes. And it's like the March Madness round of things. And Jack, that's a good update that we talked about earlier today. I don't know if you're on when I said this, but like, we're thinking about changing the pitch competition style to be, instead of like pitch once a week and then vote, it's like March Madness style rounds of pitches, to where like whoever pitches it or teams that pitch it come back to investment committee multiple times before we actually make a position, right? To like get further questions and commentary from chat, to understand things that are around the corner that some certain pros or industry professionals might know that we don't know. have a better view on what an attractive price point is, and little things like that to get everyone involved into like not going against, but like informing us around what is what's useful. That's like the Blackstone way, actually. So it's like really good to do stuff like that. Like at Blackstone and KKR, we used to go to investment committee. Yeah, I like that. That's a good thing too. AW, like having different tiers. But like at Blackstone and KKR, like you would go to investment committee like 5 or 6 times before you would actually buy a company or an investment. And each time, people would bring up net new questions that would really challenge your thesis to help you really think critically around it. You know? So I think we need to adopt that more. And I think we can also find a way to make like cool teams, like pitch teams, to have like some more experienced or senior people and like some junior people, so that like everyone could just like learn and kind of feel involved in the process of like understanding a business. And then they come to market and they present it and they pitch it. You know? It'll feel really cool. We're gonna find a way to gamify this. But, all right. I started this by trying to figure out what's happening in the world, because I'm trying to get smart before the market opens tomorrow. And as we know, AW put us hip to what was happening in India and Brazil. I still can't find, oh, wait, okay. We asked them to find us like some crazy niche theses, right? So, the crazy niche theses. Submarine MRO play. While Mazadong signed the MRU for the Brazilian Scorpions maintenance, they lacked the specialized component capacity for a regional hub. I told you guys this, right? Didn't I tell you guys? High precision marine electronics and sensor refurbishment for Global South naval fleets. BEML Limited. While larger than a microcap, BEML is the primary supplier of ground support and recovery systems. As Brazil's naval vessels arrive in India, BML's niche marine engineering division will see a direct service export re-rating that is yet fully priced. Ooh. That's good goop. This could be good goop. Undertaking which manufactures heavily on equipment, but it's like an equipment manufacturer. We want the service business. We're trying to find a service business. Brazil. Although a large cap, look at their specialized defense subsidiaries. They provide the propulsion and electrical control systems that will be the consumable parts in this long-term maintenance corridor. Propulsion and electronic controls. I wonder what happened here. Probably earnings beat and re-rate, or the introduction of this thesis. Yeah. Electrical engineering, power, and automation. They're also huge, by the way. The 2G ethanol arbitrage. So they're trying to blend their ethanol, but it's a commodities play. Commodities plays are so risky. Rare earth oxide refiners. Currently state owned. All right. Even AI can't even find a good thesis. I think BEML might be an interesting one, but nothing to write home about. Yams, what's up, Top Dog? How you doing? This thing is starting to spook me. When we get our subs, all the subs starting to spook. Coming out of nowhere, coming out the clockwork with the Top Dog Shred Lords. I appreciate everybody. Okay, so that's happening in Brazil. I feel pretty smart on that now. You guys feel pretty smart on that? They summarized it for us. There's this bilateral trade agreement between Brazil and India. Continue to increase the Mercosur expansion from 450 tariff lines to 2,000. India is trying to secure long-term iron ore and coking coal. Brazil is trying to be the green mineral hub, and they're crushing it. And they're trying to diversify away from China. I feel pretty darn smart now on that. Next. What's happening with the cartel? Okay. Mexico takes on cartels as their drug kingpin sparks violence. Mencho in a military raid. The most significant operation yet, as the U.S. has pressured Mexico to crack down on the drug trade. Gunmen wreak chaos in Mexican coastal retreat. Vehicles and businesses are set ablaze in Puerto Vallarta. Oh my goodness, that's dangerous. If anybody's out there traveling, be very, very safe, okay? TikTok can get you a better recap? Oh, yeah. New Jalisco cartel boss killed? Oh, dang. This is no miracle. It's Team USA history to remember forever. Hey, Baggins Royale, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? 20-year-old that's passionate about investing and you got a 110K portfolio? By working part-time? W Baggins. W Baggins in the chat. Let's freaking go, Shred Lord. Well done, man. Here, I forgot to put the Discord link up here for everybody. This is just the home of smart money moves where we just be popping up trying to think about stocks and investments. Occasionally we sit back, relax, and shred on the game, but most of the time we're really yapping about nerdy businesses and investments, you know, doing it part-time. And I don't know if you're in there, Baggins, but get in the Discord, man. That's where you'll find other people that literally have almost an identical story as you and keeping the pressure and momentum going, dude. So keep that going. Oh, I forgot to play my song, chat. Dang, that's how you know I'm cooked. Doing a 12-hour stream and I forgot to start the next stream with my song.
I mean, I don't really care about how you feel about it. I mean,
I'm gonna play that now since I just saw Richard's name. Hi, Richard. I told you. Hey, you know what's funny? Richard was like, hey, Kenny, I just woke up and you're still streaming. So you can go to bed now and you don't have to stream. It counts. I'm like, bro, I stream every day. I stream every day, Richard. I ain't taking no breaks. I ain't taking no breaks. This is my one of my best friend, Kayvon Music. Me and Kayvon Music. Oh, y'all want to see a cool picture? I want to show y'all a really cool picture. It makes me very proud of our squad. I want to show y'all this. Actually, much, I don't want to see cash. It's funny. Here, I'm gonna email it to myself so I can pull it up on stream. I'll call this the boys. Let's be real about it. You want to see the boys? I'll show you the boys. Listen to the boys. It's my squad. So this is me when I had like really short hair. This is Boogie right here. That's who we played with last night on Arc Raiders. This is Kayvon. You're listening to a song right now. And this is our boy Day. He works at a hedge fund in Boston. He's one of the greatest public market equity investors of like the millennial gen. He's not even Gen Z, but like millennial generation. The kids are shred lord. And this picture I think was taken like, what year was this? This was 4 years ago in New York. The boys. But Boogie, Kenny Finance with short hair, Kayvon, and Day. Just the top dog, shred lords, man. I might go back to the low haircut, low key. Let's be real about it. I was combing his hair because Kayvon's balding. Why one corner of Europe's car industry is booming. Porsche's smart battery shop. There you go. I just want to inspire you guys to get $1 billion. That's all I wanted to do. All right, hold on. Robots outnumber the 150 employees by roughly 2-1 at Porsche's smart battery shop, which opened in 2024 in Horna Streda, an hour's drive from Bratislava, which is Slovakia's capital. On a quiet factory floor, small autonomous shuttles deliver parts to workstations where yellow robots' arms assemble them into modules. Okay. Deliveries of the battery-powered SUV made there along patrol. Okay. The world's most car-intensive economy draws plenty of investment for now. So like this random spot in Hornastrata is like actually still popping. Ooh, wait, you're interviewing for bather positions this week for the first time? Hey, W, you're hiring, bro. Let's freaking go. Oh, look at it. It looks like an automotive capital. Look at all the, this is all the facilities and stuff. Richard, if you're hiring somebody for the business, the way how I would run it is it's gonna take a lot of time, but I would take all the time between now and before you actually have the interview to do one of the projects or bathing of the animals yourself. Document, you can like verbalize it using Whisper on AI or whatever, just to write down what your entire workflow is like, so that you can, one, capture an SOP of what standard of excellence looks like for that particular role. And then two, take that transcript, have AI convert that into like tangible case study style questions and fit questions based to see like what is critical and needed. AI does a really good job of taking whatever your raw work style is and converts it into like a pretty awesome SOP to train future employees, as well as like a question list for interviews to figure out what are the right questions to ask for to gauge the skills and the competencies and things like that. So, Richard, I would highly recommend thinking that as well. So, and I think in the Business Buyer channel in Discord, I don't know if there's like a lot of people that have ran their own businesses, but if that's not enough, you can ask folks like, hey, anybody have an interview guide for someone that's like on the service side, and just take that interview guide and then convert that into like your particular one using AI as well. You know what I mean? So, but dude, that's exciting, bro. That's so exciting, man. You're trying to build the team, and just make sure that like there's return on invested capital, right? Like people don't understand that like hiring is also invested capital. Like, remember when I told you, Richard, where like business owners should think about it in three core things: investing in their existing business, buying another private company, or investing in the public markets. That investing on the investing in the existing business, that also includes hiring. So you got to make sure like that hire actually correlates to like tangible return on invested capital. So whatever their part-time salary might be, ensure that that actually unlocks certain margin improvements in terms of allowing you all to like groom more or bathe more dogs per hour, or they're able to like unlock more revenue, meaning that like you can market that role and say on your website, hey, now we do bathing and grooming, whatever that's called, to like unlock more revenue capacity. But don't just hire because you're tired, right? You got to hire if there is like a clear numerical articulation of a high return on invested capital for that particular hire. Because you got to, bro, it's one thing to be a business owner. It's another thing to be a capital allocator, and you got to allocate capital effectively, dude. You know what I mean? So, because think about it, with your business, you could just like keep doing as is. You're gonna be tired, but like keep doing as is. And what you could have hired that groomer for or bather, you could have put that into SanDisk. I keep calling it. I keep going back to SanDisk because it's the craziest story of this year. I mean, you could have gone back to SanDisk, and year to date got 136% return. You know what I mean? So, like that's a clear articulation of like a benchmarking return on invested capital. Granted, not a single public market investment that you're going to make this year is going to have a similar thing like this. But what I will say though is make sure that you think about the dollar decisions without any emotion, without any like attachment to like the people, and simply think about it from a numerical basis. Is this dollar best used reinvesting into my existing business, or buying another private company, or investing into public equities? You know, and don't assume on the public equity third idea you're going to get these kind of returns. Just assume an average index fund return, right? And that's like this. But even this, it's like still year to date. Oh well, year to date kind of sucks. But anyway, little things like that. So that's how I play ball with that. But dude, I'm rooting for you. If you want to put together like your questions that you're doing for screening, and before you have the interview, write it out and put it in the Discord and tag me, and I'll do a quick little read of it too, just so that you have extra eyes on it. You know what I mean? Dale, ahora papi, huh? Making smart money moves. What else? Could the next big gambling destination be in the Gulf? Probably. It makes sense. Like there should be. Like there's a lot of billionaires and millionaires in the UAE. It's gonna be a lot of construction revenue there though. Yeah. What did you guys arrive on for the Comcast? Boris Jackson. Or not Jackson, Jack. What did you guys arrive? And I love how that's like a perfect example of like the contrarian views on names and us debating to arrive at a healthy point of view on a name. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Conservatives are better at trashing businesses than building them. Whoever wrote this is crazy. That's wild. That one sounds targeted. Erewhon. Garrett told me not to go back to Erewhon. I told y'all I took her on a date and she wanted me to take her to Erewhon. I spent $160 on smoothies and nachos. Great conversation though, but not again. The elusive check at the center of European business. Adults are propping up the toy industry. That's interesting. That's literally also why Build-A-Bear's up. But that's not gonna last that long. Eventually these adults are gonna grow up, bro. What else we got? How much is a subscription here? It's a tax write-off too. I think I need to get a subscription because these are great articles I want to read. $3 a week? Sure. Okay, I'm gonna get this. 22. Damn, $202. What the heck? But it could surface investment ideas and help us make 10-bag returns. Oh, true. Thanks. Grazie. I'll just be goofing. Oh, snap. Hey, y'all know what this is? Hey. Oh, this is so funny. All right. Chat. 100,000 space points to anybody that understands what this is right here. Does anybody know what this system is here? Anybody? Take a wild guess. It relates to one of the businesses in the AI choke points thing that we talked about. Baggins! What the heck? Jake, what up, top dog, Shred Lord? Okay, all right, I give up. Baggins already got it. Dude! And A-Dub, what the heck? How did you guys know that? How did you guys know this was an EUV lithography system based out of Norway or the Netherlands? Wait, is it on the screen? Oh, you're an ASML investor? Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, that makes a ton of sense. That is hilarious. What the heck? I thought it was gonna take you guys forever to do that. Wait, Boris, you're from the Netherlands? What the heck? Hold on. Hey, let's go, Netherlands. Hey, hold on. ASML stock. I love this business. It's from the, yeah, this one's in Veldhoven. How do I pronounce it? Veldhoven. Am I saying it right? Veldhoven, Netherlands. Did I say that right or did I chalk it, Boris? Yeah, the biggest mode in the market. You know they have a monopoly. There's no other system that can do this. The only risk is if these companies build it themselves. This is crazy. No wonder you built yourself a $100,000 plus portfolio. It's crazy. You out here making smart money moves. That's crazy. Hey, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to start making me a part. I'm about to start working at McDonald's or something. Just like some of our young bulls, like Hothead. And I think Reagan also. Whoever our young bulls is that work the fast food retail jobs. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna put all my money into some of these names we got to check out. But y'all, we about to go crazy because this part-time trading gig, this low key lucrative. Oh my god, look at this. It is crazy. It's crazy. You know what's funny though? It's like I saw this and I was gonna use this in a thumbnail one day, but then I was thinking to myself, no one's gonna know what this is, so they're not gonna click it. But I was like, maybe the shred lords would understand this. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just get a memory chip. I'll just put a SanDisk memory chip. But guys, this right here, I'm surprised they have an article on it. This right here is an EUV lithography system, and it looks like this. EUV lithography machines, and it is used to actually like, what's the actual thing that they do again? It's like it either makes a certain laser that's required to manufacture like the advanced nodes of chips, you know? Sub 7 nm circuit patterns for AI and high performance chips, exclusively managed by these use high energy lasers to vaporize 10 droplets into plasma, creating light that is focused by ultra precise mirrors in a vacuum. It's insane tech, y'all. It's insane tech. It looks really darn cool. It looks really darn cool. Like, that is like insane, but I'm so surprised people found out. Wait, hold on. Jake, you found another choke point? ZEISS. You guys know about this? What is this? And this one's in Germany? What? Hold on. I think we found some more goop. This might be good goop here. Guys, I hope you guys know this. This is just like a video game to me. This gives me just as much enjoyment as Arc Raiders. This gives me just as much enjoyment as Arc Raiders. Oh my gosh. I'm such a nerd. And they're profitable too. They're longtime partners in building these machines? What the heck? Let's see if they mention them. Nope, they don't mention them. But ready, hockey. Hey, Devons. How you doing, Top Dog? Te quiero, te quiero. What's their stock been doing? Like, what's their ticker? Is it this? Oops. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Oh, I just got a freaking Norton thing that said that website I just tried to click into wasn't safe. Thank you, Norton. Oh, wait, hold on, no. Hey, hold on, no. Hey, Jake. Wait, no. I'm thinking of the wrong one. Is this the wrong one? Why is this stock down 50% while ASML's up like 100? I don't get it. This could be an undervalued play, right? Or what do you think? Ooh, Toto ADR. Ooh. Devons, you're giving us some good goop here. Hold on. What's the ticker on this? Is this a real business? How are you guys finding these things? What the heck? And if you guys are wondering if I only created Chat Capital to crowdsource amazing ideas from you guys, yeah, I kind of did. Just kidding. We're all learning together. I can't find it. Oh, wait, here it is. It's a Japanese multinational toilet manufacturer. I love Japanese toilets. Bro, Japanese toilets changed my life. Oh my goodness. I swear to God. So the second I came back from Japan, I literally bought a bidet. You never tried one? Bro. It's life-changing, y'all. No homo. Wow, this is a clean stock, bro. And it's deeply in its undervalued territory. I said no homo, yo. Shut up, Chet. Some activist investors said it's AI and it went up. I don't know if it's true. What the heck? Team, just shut up. All right, shut up, guys. All because I wash my butt. Y'all don't wash y'all butt don't mean nothing, all right? Smart money moves. This is for diligence purposes. We're looking at a freaking Japanese toilet bowl business or toilet business. Let's learn about this. Toto toilets. Where's their website? Toto toilets. Dang, this is such a nice bathroom. Dang. Dang. This is a nice bathroom. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, bro. I could retire. If I got something like this, I'm out the game. Dang. I ain't know Toto Toilets was making... What the... Hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Yup. Dang. I used to not want that many things material. But I kind of want a bathroom like this, though. What the heck? Oh, this one clean. And it's a little small. I kind of need space, you know what I'm saying? Kind of need space, bro. This one gives like luxury New York vibes. Dang, there's really levels to toilets and bathrooms, chat. This crazy work. But low key, out of all of them, y'all know me, I'm like a little adventure boy. Something like this. Got a little rare earth minerals. I got my walls made of lithium from Brazil. That's processed in India. Smart money moves, chat. Dang, this is nice. I always wonder why people do this down there. But I wonder if they be collecting like dirt and bugs and stuff. Or like how you clean that, like under there. Divines, hush up. Oh wait, boys. Okay, hold on. So Netherlands leverages geopolitical leverage through ASML, but from 2028 annual returns will be taxed at 36%, forcing private investors to become more liquid and slowing compounding. Oh, what does that mean for? Wait, so what does that mean for Baggins Royale's investment? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing up to 2028, right? I don't know if Baggins is gonna be holding it that long. I wouldn't hold any AI stock all the way to 2028, y'all. If you're holding AI stocks, you gotta be in and out. Jake, what's up with this Zeiss company? You're teasing us, Jake. You're teasing us. Give us the goop. Give us the good goop. Anyway, that's ASML and EUV lithography systems, chat. And then here's bathrooms. What's your view on this one, Devons? Are you bullish on it? Are you bullish on it? Okay, here we go. Jake's giving us some good goop. All right. He says, the Zeiss Manufacturing, ZMT, is a private entity that is partially owned by the Zeiss Group and ASML. The stock does represent the chip capabilities directly outside. Oh, okay. So it's like a small JV thing that they do. Oh, okay. That makes sense, though. That does make sense, though. So if you want exposure, you just got to do ASML. Dang, Baggins came in being like, hey, y'all, what's up? I'm a young bull, top dog, shred lord investing, and I got ASML holdings. Let's freaking go, bro. What else you got? Hey, we don't gatekeep. Everybody share the goop. Everybody share the goop. What y'all got? What y'all got, man? Everybody eats. We out here trying to find good investments for everybody. And we got pitches every Friday. The pitches for next Friday are gonna be really cool because we're gonna try this new structure around like the rounds for pitching, and it's gonna feel like March Madness. My only thing is like if we put y'all in teams, but I don't know if we do teams because y'all may not like each other. Some of y'all might be beefing with each other, you know? So it's like you can either do a team. You found my aggro play? Let's go goop. Okay, hold on. CNHI. The only issue though is like whoever their big customer is, I don't know if it's the it's definitely not the hyperscalers. It's definitely like the more chip manufacturers. They're flush with cash, and if it like, it'll also take them like years to replicate. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even read the second part of your sentence. 10 to 15 years to replicate. Yeah, that's a good point. But it's pricey though. It's pricey. Like, I'm sure Jackson won't like that valuation. So Jackson's our value play. Jackson keeps us grounded and disciplined on price, you know? Okay, hold on. What's the thesis on this, ADub? What do they do? Italian-American manufacturing national with global headquarters in Basildon, United Kingdoms, but controlled and mostly owned by the multinational investment company Exor, which is in turn owned by the Agnelli family. The Agnelli family. Okay. Is this a holdco? Oh, this relates to the agriculture play? Amazon, ASML, Google, Celsius, MasterCard, SoFi, Nike. Okay. I also own Google. Google's paying my bills. My largest holding is in Google. Investing in real estate or in the market in the Netherlands for private investors is going to become less interesting. Ooh. Okay, so AW, this is related to the agriculture play. Wait, also Baggins, what's your thoughts on Celsius? Someone else talked about Celsius, either yesterday or the day before. You that bullish on Celsius? Where's the investor presentation? I gotta read the goop. Oh, it just came out too, last week. Hey, it just came out last week. Successful tech day at Agritechnica. CNH Tech powers digital solutions for our iron. Savings from quality and operation excellence. Ag dealer inventories. Low commodity prices. Yield persistent challenge economics for farmers. AI-driven farming. So you're trying to tell me John Deere doesn't do this? John Deere ain't doing this? EBITDA's down. They're hyping a lot of this sustainability stuff. Would you guys like being assigned a sector? And like having pitch teams based on like a sector? What do you think? Or do you guys like being diversified and like pitching whatever you want in anything? Because I was just thinking, I was like, Rich Topic could be a really great like sector league or like member of like construction development services. coverage, or like industrials. I forgot what that. Just given like his expertise of like understand like on the ground what's happening, little things like that. I know we have like some agro AI people in here. They can cover tech and semis. We got some deep consumer people in here. I can cover consumer. But I also want to give you guys the liberty and the freedom to just like explore everything your heart could imagine, you know? But oftentimes circling in on some that are deep also does really well. But just food for thought. Food for thought. You ain't gotta decide right now. Just food for thought. This is cool tech though. Emerging markets is Brazil and India. Number 2, ag equipment, and number 1 in Europe and Brazil. Viva Brazil! Viva Brazil! A pack. Okay. Their outlook. Here we go. Down 5% to flat for their tractors and down 10% to down 5% for the combines. But potentially with what's going on, this could be quickly reversed. This could be potentially reversed. And then on APAC, I think that things are going low. Construction, agriculture. It's too. I don't think it's gonna noticeably move the needle though, right? They have strong free cash flow though. It's just the business doesn't grow. So that's what's annoying. It's tough to re-rate the stock with how diversified it is now. You know what I mean? From a streaming perspective, you're going to become dependent on many people delivering content. Idea sounds fun, but may need more time than you have. I'm sure you've gone through many. Yeah, you're right. Edgar, that's a really good point. That's a really good point, Edgar. Giving them a platform. Truly March Madness. Yeah, I actually thought about that. That could be really cool. John Deere has 40% US market share. CNHI is 15. But I wonder what that market share difference is in South America. And Edgar, that's a really good idea, the university ones. Because when I was at Michigan, I used to do pitch competitions for like our investment club. And it was fun. It was elite. And students came in with like crazy theses. And like there's brands that want to support some of our streams. And I think it could be like really cool to have them like sponsor a prize for just like groups of people nationally to pitch. You know? Oh, Edgar, thank you, man. Nah. I need this. I appreciate this. Hypothetically, it'd be really cool if like Robinhood sponsored our quarterly pitch competition to give away $10,000 to the winner. And it could be anybody can pitch. It could be a group that pitches. It could be people that pitch. Anyone. That'd be like super sick, wouldn't it? You know? But it has to be like a deep entrenched March Madness style competition, you know? And it's got to go through multiple rounds, and like the judges have to be like, maybe I just like loop in like actual investors that like work at hedge funds or like private equity to like judge these. And I think it could be super fun. And just to showcase the work and the depth of like what different people will go through to build conviction on a name. And that'd be really cool. But that's like the basic stock pitch. There's also something to be said about like who was actually right, you know? So I want to incorporate something where it's like a reward mechanism, a recognition mechanism for people to like actually be correct on a name. So it's one thing to pitch something that gets voted on, but it's another thing for like what you pitched to actually play out how you said it's gonna play out to be a good business. Like that would be really freaking cool. Or doing like a stock investing game. That is true. Wait, Jack said something about a stock game, didn't you? I think I quickly looked at Jack's thing. I wonder what Jack. Let me see. Let me read. Jack said. Jack, what did you say? What game it was? The Invisible Hand. Is it on Steam? Ooh. Oh, this is funny. Where you'll be empowered to pursue wealth and success as a mid-level stockbroker. Yeah. That actually sounds funny. Maybe for our next game night, I'll play some goofy games like this. That'll be funny. You know, it's funny, they say as a stockbroker, but yet they have you trading on here. Stockbrokers don't trade. they get commission on selling stock. I get where they're going now. Wait, let me add this to my wish list. This is good. This is a really, how do I add it? Oh, here, add to cart. Okay. And then, oh, don't buy yet. Hide screen. Richard told me. Oh wait, I'm not even signed in. Oh, hold on. Okay, I gotta go on my Steam account. I don't understand this thesis. A-dub. I don't know. I know they're gonna have an uptick, but I don't know if the uptick. Like, you see how small the South America and APAC regions are for their agriculture business? It's only 17 and 13% of the agriculture revenue. You know what I mean? So like it's I might be missing a big picture here. I usually am with A-dub's theses. That's how smart that kid is. But I think the market rates it on this. Agriculture in North America and Europe. Not agriculture in... So given these are hard to compete and the pricing pressures from John Deere, they're going to need to reinvest into more opportunistic, higher margin, better performing segments like South America and India. And just so happens that those two markets have like clear tailwinds with the Indian, Brazilian trade pact, that it does actually make sense for them to focus free cash flow allocation, CapEx, marketing spend on the South American and APAC markets to boost their next-gen EV agriculture production capabilities, given the clear demand from those markets and that trade in the SA APAC agriculture market. Right? Or did I get that wrong? But I also think it's pretty hard to like shift business focus from a leadership perspective and like town perspective from like two mega countries or continents to South American APAC. You know? Especially if... Oh, that's kind of sucked. They gotta do something. You're right. They gotta do something. They are getting rid of people. Yeah, they are getting rid of people. And cutting units, business units. I think you might be onto something. And it's not like they're gonna deprioritize it. They're just gonna like shift focus to something different. ADI. Thank you for sharing the goop, Jake. Let's go. Analog devices. OMG, Jake's eating good off of this. That's good goop, Jake. That's good goop. That's good goop. Okay, hold on. Strong free cash flow too. And returning $1 billion to shareholders. And raising their quarterly dividends. ADI's robust first quarter built on strong position momentum which we entered the year. For our data center segment, while the macro and geopolitical backdrop remains challenging, our revenue outlook for the second quarter reflects a new high watermark for ADI, underscoring our strong execution against cyclical and cyclical growth tailwinds. Break that down to me in like simple terms. Like what exactly do they do? Because they're not doing chips. Right? Or what is it? What is it they actually like? What? Who are their customers? And what is their solution in like the market? They design chips for industrial automation, and they supply the infrastructure to upgrade data centers. Okay. So they design chips that enable industrial customers. Signal, processing, sensors, power. Analog devices. Let's see if we can buy some of their stuff online. Let's see what they got. Smarter process automation with Ethernet APO. Process plants delivering higher data throughput. Ooh, I like this because it's like it fits within the supply chain of like actual AI ROI. So it's like it's actually critical to sort of send like the AI intelligence layer to an actual industrial customer layer. Oh, this might be good goop. Air on defense. Automotive. Ethernet connectivity enabling cutting edge softwares for software defined vehicle systems. Data centers. Learn how ADI's power solutions meeting demanding data center needs with high performance, high reliability product for next gen server equipment. Optical networking. I've seen this word 20 times across 30 different businesses. Everyone's saying optics. Networking solutions provide efficient, compact optical modules for data center. AI accelerators. Increases in data center compute performance, storage density, and throughput are driving the need for higher energy efficiency, increased power density, and higher bandwidth, low latency optical connectivity. Their devices, innovative data center solutions, are designed to maximize efficiency, density, and reliability. Yeah. And this is, in Baggins, this is a clear example of us figuring this out from scratch. How to understand this. I initially wanted to put it into the too complex bucket, but I was encouraged by Jake and Adub to learn. Now I'm learning. This, I think this is overplayed. That part. Because everybody says networking. How much are their products, though? I wonder if they've been able to unlock pricing power. Let's see what they got to say about pricing. No, they got nothing on pricing. Did they build something that no one else can build? They bridge the physical and digital data by converting and processing real-world information such as temperature, pressure, sound, and motion into electrical signals. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's less about like building a brain layer. It builds the eyes, ears layer for the intelligence sign of industrial processes. Mode switching cost. Designed into systems and hard to replace. Let's see how they both perform. That's good. Good group right there. TI and analog. Let's see how they both performed. Oh, geez. They've smoked them. They've smoked them. Jeez. But over the long term, Texas Instruments actually went crazy though. That's so fascinating. TXN could be a low-key undervalued business if they're also doing the same thing though. You get me? Because if like whatever ADI is providing, if they can't keep up with demand, customers aren't waiting. They're going to the next logical supplier. And TXI could low-key be that. And TXI is huge. They have huge manufacturing capacity. 200 billion market cap business versus the other one, which is what? 170, almost same size. Which one do you guys like more? ADI or TI? Let me see. The godfather of data centers. Boom, boom. Oh, we should add this, right? CNH. CNHI. Oops. There's that. And then what was the other one? ADI. analog chip. Okay. Let's see what they got. This is a crazy watch list. We have to trim some of these down. Surely there's some baggers in here. Right? Ooh, la, la, calienta. If it were me and Texas Instruments had like the production capacity and bigger customers, I'd actually go with that instead of ADI. But I think it's hard to compete with ADI right now, given what they're doing, as well as kind of like the strong, healthy cash position. I love the P&L of this one. I just gotta figure out more about the mold. AW apparently told me there's high switching costs, but I gotta figure that out. Chat. We gotta figure that out. Top dog shred lords. You get me. So, chat. Next week's about to be a big week. Next week is about to be a big week. Why? The markets is moving. I'm always excited. Every week is a good week, you know? But I'm super excited for our pitch competition next Friday. If you guys aren't in the Discord, get y'all busted in Discord because we got pitches, we got ideas. If you have ideas for next week, I'm going to remind you guys every day next week of the stream to submit those. We're going to introduce some of the more March Madness style competitions. And I'm going to think about that to like get us to have it be engaging, repeatable, and fun for everybody. I'm also 95% sure going to Miami next week for this deal closing. I keep saying it, but that's the nature of buying businesses. Things get pushed out week by week. It's been a 9-month deal process, so I think we'll finally be locked in. W's to everybody that hung out with us this weekend. We had a freaking 12-hour stream last night, shredding deals, talking about investments, and playing our creators. It's such a degen lifestyle, but I had a lot of fun and I loved it. But look, y'all, get some good sleep, get some good rest. Next week is whatever you're working on. If you're like Richard and you got people that you're hiring next week, good luck and Godspeed. We're here to support in the Discord however we can. If you got class, if you got an interview, if you got something health related, let us know. Tag me, put it in the Discord, and I'm gonna send my prayers up for you. Because outside of making smart money moves, I actually want everybody to live a healthy, happy life full of abundance, y'all. So whatever that means for you, whether it's living healthy, wealthy, socially, connect, like whatever you want to call it. I just want to make sure that you guys feel encouraged and inspired to build the life you want, So I'm doing exactly what I love, and that's running this holdco life, buying private businesses, and exploring public opportunities. That's what I was put on this earth to do. And then occasionally talking on the front of a camera on YouTube. But this is just the start of something awesome. And Rich Topic made us remember something big that, like, when he first joined the streams, we were at like $10, $20 in chat capital AUM. And now we're at 1,600. Next week, I think we're going to hit 2,000. Our investments are doing incredibly well. We're up. We're beating the market already. And it's literally all of your guys' ideas. I can't pitch. I can't vote. It's literally all chat. So it's cool to see how our educational journeys are translating to real world performance. And we just got Ace Della Steaks back in the mix. So let's freaking rock. And I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. First T, welcome freaking back. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing. And as always, chat, take care of each other. Take care of your family, your friends, but more importantly, take care of yourself. Spiritually, mentally, economically, socially, mentally. And check back in tomorrow for the Smart Money Move side. You know what I'm saying? So I'll holler at y'all later. Keep freaking grinding, keep hustling, get good sleep, keep dreaming. Bring the vibes day after day because I love what we're doing and we're doing some major stuff. All right, chat? So I'll holler at y'all. Share the words literally tomorrow, probably 6:30. And let's keep cooking, all right? Dale. Wow, that was a perfect ending too, chat. All right, y'all. Peace.